So the start of the Steiner School was when I had fantasised a different sort of school for my children. It took a long while to come, and in the end, it wasn't for my children, it was for me and for all the other people who have benefited by having a Steiner School in the Central Coast.
It was just a little play group that had been run by Patricia Dodman, who started the play group, which is a mud brick building. There was just a table in the middle, lots of colour around, a little kitchen, and nothing there. But my heart was just saying there's something in this, you know.
We had our first classroom, if you like, in a mud brick building. The render wasn't terribly good, but the effort was there. That was a bit like us too, because when we did eventually attract a teacher from Germany who was Steiner trained and experienced, he looked at what we were doing there in Matcham, and there was such a lot of things that were wrong. But what he realised was there was a spirit there that was right.
I very quickly then started learning about the depth of Steiner education, about, you know, how much bigger it is and more to the education than what is just you see on the surface. But the surface things were also seeing the beaming faces of the children when they're listening to stories, or when they're involved in play, or when they're baking bread or doing all of those things. You know, it's just, there's such a heart connection there.
I think it was the fact of doing things with nature, following the seasons, you know, sort of letting them experience the seasons. They're able to play with very simple things and make something out of nothing, which is what we were doing with the school anyway, making something out of nothing. I think the big thing was community. We were building community.
A great community, you know, great community. And then the landlady gave us 1 week to move. Someone thought of the Arimba Uni. So in March 1999, we had 25 children at that time, and we had a week to move, and we moved.
It felt like 1 step forward, 2 steps back sometimes. And then it changed a bit to 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And it was hard work, but it was really nurturing too.
At the end of 2000, we had 52 students at that time. We'd seen a property at Erina, which we thought would be, you know, possibly where the school would go. Another parent thought of land that was available at North Gosford. Well, it was owned by the Department of Education, and they said, you can have it for 6 months with a 12-month lease extension. We actually got demountables built, and we moved on to North Gosford. So we were there for 5 years, and that was great. We really got established there. And so after 5 years, we knew the place at Erina wasn't working out, so we knew we had to let that go, and we had to find a permanent spot. Erina was a very big hurdle. We went to many council meetings, we gave submissions, we went to the Roads and Transport Authority, we even had a meeting with the Minister for Transport. Things have a way of working out. Eventually we got this property, and it was the best thing we ever did.
We were the first people on this site, which was the early kindy. There was a little old house at the top of here, and where the auditorium is now. We had that and converted it into an early kindy area. And then they started to build so that the rest of the school could come.
Because we'd had our purpose-built demountables, at North Gosford, we were able to transfer those here. And basically over the Christmas break, we all worked non-stop. We just moving everything here, building playgrounds, building pathways. It was an incredible time, all those years of hard work by many people who were just so dedicated to this education. We bought 163 children and 5 demountables, and there was an old shed here. This was an old shed, which we had a bit of an office and an area where people came, and we had the house at the top, which was for the high school students, coming high school students. The vision was really for Steiner education. There were people that were thinking high school at the time. We couldn't think that far ahead.
We weren't really thinking about where we were going because we had to be so much in the here and now.
It was the education which drove the passions of the parents to want to make this work, and which also then drove the children to be loving school, you know?
I loved coming to school. I was really bored in the school holidays. I always wanted to come back to school because I just enjoyed it so much. It was just fun.
The first day I came, I did a trial day at Steiner, and I went home and all I could say to my mum is that we didn't do any schoolwork today. We just listened to stories and we counted these gems, and I'd actually learned so much about mass and weights and like economy exchanges and how much things cost.
Learning through doing, which I think is the Steiner education, and also just drawing borders in all our books and making them always look beautiful.
You're being taken on a journey and you're being given this information, but you feel very, very happy to be receiving it, and you get to apply it in art and in experiences that really create beautiful memories.
I just saw this beautiful school, and I'm not one of those people who thinks this is meant to be, but I came to this school and I sensed something very special. We teach the whole child, and intrinsic love of learning. A lot of people use very similar words, but we really do the work at a very detailed and attentive level. We choose to really, really bring the love of learning out of the individual. So it is the real deal, and that's that bespoke feeling. The original founders wanted a Steiner school where young people would feel really known and genuinely cared for, and offered an educational pathway that meets their needs, that allows them to be children. We do respect the beauty and wonder of childhood, and I know that was at the heart of what their early work was, because it started from a play group.
The teachers at the school definitely connected with the students in a very personal way that really increased how nurtured we all felt. I think that's really speaks volumes to not being forgotten as like a number in the system, but really being a part of the fabric of the community.
Really excellent teachers. I think they're at the core. They're the ones standing every day with our students and working with our students, connecting with our students, caring for our students. They are so genuinely dedicated, and they really do try to understand the people in front of them and meet them where they are.
Our class teacher, Tiffany, she gave each of us a book when we graduated that reminded her of us and wrote a message in it. So we each have a personalised book from her library collection that we all kept.
We made our desks with our dad. You built your desk and then you would decorate it. It had your name at the front, and that desk stayed with you through those primary years. You moved it from room to room as you moved up in grades.
It's always about the partnership between families and the school. That's so central to our work.
Incredibly proud of all the people that have trusted us, especially in the early days. It was risky, but now it's not so risky. Now they can see what's happening here.
The legacy is in the education, which develops human beings which are well-rounded, which are humanitarian, who are independent thinkers.
People who are centred in themselves, who have a sense of who they are, have their voice, feel a genuine sense of care for other human beings. It's such a human-centred way of educating, and the children just live within that, but that's that quality that they take out into the world.
Steiner was such a perfect space to be able to express who I was and have friends who were able to express who they were and be in such a nurturing community.
Just once you leave the Steiner School, and you're never going to see as much colour as you did when you were in primary school.
One of my favourite memories is our spiral walks as a class each winter. I feel that's something, it was always very impactful to go from a pitch black room and how quickly the light in the room would change as soon as a second candle was lit, and how by the time the whole class was done, you would have a room that was filled with light. And it was also just such a beautiful reflective time, and how that experience as we grow up changed and became deeper. And until my final spiral walk, I think our whole class was crying by the end of it, because we realised it was our last one.
The parents' love for their children and their dedication for wanting the best for them. That's what I really think, because this couldn't be here if it wasn't for all of those parents in all those years.
What they did when they planted those seeds. Truly, it was remarkable, and it has profoundly changed thousands of lives. If you look at all of the families across all of the years, thousands of lives have been changed with their work. And I remember when I started, I did acknowledge, I feel like I'm standing on the shoulders of giants, because all of that pioneering work that came before me, I'm in awe of what was done, the tenacity, the drive, the vision, the perseverance against the odds. It was truly remarkable that without people like Diane Moore, Joss Humphreys, Patricia Dodman, Kate Rayner, all of those people who worked in such a dedicated way, this school would not be here.
My vision was pie in the sky, if you like, and it's become a reality. And because of all the people that are in it and helping it, and it's become much more than I ever thought it would be.